All right, welcome back to another exciting episode of Two Masters, and I have the reigning champ of Peak of the Beak. Hydropump is with us today. Hydropump, how are you feeling?
Good. It was a
Uh,
fun tournament.
yes, 80 players. What's really cool is that Hydropump is, well, used to be mostly known for dragons, but I feel like lately he's become a filthy Blackwing player like the rest of us. So I tease him all the time because he knows Blackwings is the best deck, and now he's a Blackwing player, and I'm glad that he's finally converted no matter how he feels about his Dragon Turbo deck. Like that deck is not that good, but he will definitely
I
argue me
don't
down
know.
about it. I just don't think it's that good.
My teammate Cam got top 4 with it.
Do you know how he
Still
lost?
kicking.
Do you know how he lost? I watched on Carpath channel. I watched how he lost. He literally ended his turn, and Drago didn't have a dragon reveal after super rejuven for 3, which is like that's pretty unfortunate. But the most important thing is that he just didn't pop off. He said until since round 5. Like his
Yeah.
last time drawing a pop off hand was apparently round 5, and I don't know how many rounds he had played up until the semifinal, whatever. Like, because that tournament cut the top 12, which is I don't know why.
No, it was just top 8. Top 8 cut.
Okay, because I was like, why
I don't know.
people? Why?
I think if online they just show like the extra deck list that did
Okay, because
top
I just
12.
think that's weird. Like, I don't think there's necessary to show top 12
Yeah.
because if you're going to do a top cut, it should always be divisible by the number of people so that you get to a grand finals without having multiple people
Yeah.
playing and stuff. But unless you're doing double limb, because then double limb, then it makes sense because it doesn't matter how many people are in top cut. It's like, well, if you lose twice, you're out the tournament. But like for a bracket in top cut to be 12, it's like, well, how the fuck is that going to work? It just seems kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Like it should always be 8, 16, 32, 4, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw how he lost, and it basically was like he didn't get to really play. He just literally got beat down. His opponent could have been playing gadgets. They could have been playing Archfiend Soldier deck, and that is my problem with Dragon Turbo. It will eventually let you down. And I think that if there was a YCS Edison again, and it was 2,000 people, which is what YCSs are now, and you had to play 11 rounds, if you play that deck, your deck is going to crap out on you a couple of rounds in an 11 rounds of Swiss tournament, 100%.
That's X2. It's good enough for me.
It might crap out more than I think it's gonna crap out more than that. Or because it doesn't have to crap out on you for you to lose though. You can just lose drawing your actual good hands too. Like I played Dragon Turbo versus the Christia Sworn deck, unwinnable matchup. Like if Christia resolves at any point, you just literally lose the game. It's really, really bad. So that's kind of like
You can say the same about Draco. But
about Drago versus that deck.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean they definitely can Drago you, but how many Dragos do you play? 1? Sure. I played 3 Christias, so the odds of that happening are more skewed in the Christia Sworn deck's favor. And then it gets worse and worse because I feel like certain blowout cards against the Dragon Turbo deck are just I don't know, like Mind Crush is really good against you. Apparently Prohibition, according to your side deck right here, Prohibition's in your side deck. Can you tell me why that's in your side deck?
Yeah, so I had rugs in there at first, but then ProStorm's like, I show him my deck list, and ProStorm and I go back and forth. We just work on decks together, and he said, "Yo, we should put in Prohibition because it's like better against frogs than rug is."
Do you
So
just
I
call
wanted to
Cube on
try it.
Frog with that?
Yeah, you can. For instance, I played against Quick Draw frogs round
Yeah.
1.
Okay.
And he did like turn 1. He actually had like a crazy field. He went quick draw, dish dandy, get 2 tokens, summon substitute, make drill warrior
Oh my god.
with do block. As Prohibition his drill warrior.
So
And,
couldn't come back.
yeah, and then it just kind of fell apart from there for him. But
Yeah.
I mean, I cited it a couple times. It's more for like those like, I guess it's just a flexible card, and you can just call something. Like I was playing as Christian Sworn, someone on my team, and they had a set hamster turn 1, and I called Ryko and I just ran over the hamster, and then
How
I
did
drew
you
another
know?
Prohibition.
How did you know it was hamster?
You just know.
Okay, because I was about to say that could go very wrong if the set is just Ryko. They play 3 of both, so it's completely 50-50 on which one it is.
I mean, I didn't really think it was that serious because it was like I had Sirocco, Bora, Prohibition. So if it was Ryko, it's Ryko. If it's hamster, they get blown out. But I drew another Prohibition, and I called Honest because they summoned Jane and passed, and then they had double Honest in hand. They just lost on the spot. So
Oh, nice. I like calling multiple cards out of my opponent's hand. That seems
yeah.
broken. Yeah,
So it's a cool
Prohibition is
card.
cool. I think it's really cool. I love hearing your stories because you are probably one of the luckiest duelists I know, and it's just so
Okay.
funny hearing like I called Prohibition and my opponent's hand was double honest. Like that is just so
It was
funny.
obvious though.
It was honest that he had an honest. Yeah, obviously he has one, but having two is wild. Like it's just like okay, you know the odds of actually drawing two for one, and then for you to call it two is just like all right, well, nice. You drew one of your two prohibitions and literally blew me out the game without me getting even. I didn't do
It's
anything wrong.
calculated.
Yeah.
Calculate.
I like it against
But
Dragon Turbo though. I think that it blows that deck out too.
yeah,
Um,
I had it set up because I played against Cam in one of the earlier rounds. He's on Dragon Turbo, and I think it was game 2 where I had Thunder King on the field, and then I somehow got Sirocco on the field with Gale. I made a Stardust, and I did Prohibition. So I had Thunder King, Stardust, Prohibition, and Prohibition called Red Mid, and he had
Thunder,
2 of those. So
Thunder King Stardust Prohibition, and then you Prohibition called Red Mat. So his only out is like he has to have Giant Trunade, and then I don't even know like Instant Fusion and Debris Dragon. I don't know if he plays level 3. But then you
you
have
would need a lot.
Stardust. I don't even
You would have
know.
you would have to Trunade and like
I can't even come up with a.
red mid. You
Yeah,
need like so. I mean, it was possible you had that, but it was my best call. So
no, you called the right thing. I think that Prohibition can definitely be a blowout. I also like that you saw Trap Stun. Can you elaborate on why that is here?
yeah, just so I can just play through traps easier.
You said you already main deck 2 Dust Tornadoes, so Trap Stun's
Yeah,
good in the Blackwing Mirror match. I think you do side it in the net matchup, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
because like especially if they go Icarus or whatever, you can just trap stun. I think it was better than Starlight Road, like siding in Starlight Road for Icarus attack, for example, or it was
Right.
having multiple Starlight Road. You could just trap stun stops multiple things. So I just try to have like flexible cards on the side rather than just be like very narrow cards.
Yeah, like Light Imprisoning Mirror, instead you opted for a Skill Drain. And I
Yeah.
actually saw a Skill Drain. I sided it this weekend, or this week rather, at locals, and I got to flip it for the first time against Frogs, and he just got absolutely blown out by it. Like it was so bad. I didn't even expect it to be that good against him, but like it just crumbled his entire deck. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, it can be
And
pretty good.
yeah, and it's really good against like Lightsworn and Christiasworn and plants, of course. So it's pretty much good against like everything. And the decks that you don't need it for, like Hero Beat or whatever, you just can beat them naturally because your deck is just better. And you side like Snowman Eater. I want to also talk about real quick before we like get into some games. But I love your side deck. I think your side deck is a big part of why you won the tournament. Your side deck literally destroys people who saw Consecrated Light. Every
Yeah,
monster in
that's
your
kind
side deck is not dark. And I imagine that you side in a good amount of them every single game because your deck will just naturally out Consecrated Light, which everyone sides now in every single deck.
yeah, it's a big problem card for Blackwing, so I just want to have a bunch of monsters where it'll just dodge orb and then go on with your day.
Yep. Yeah, and how was Thunder King for you overall?
It was okay. It's mainly I guess the kill orb, but
Yep.
it could be serve multiple purposes. It was good against Cam. I think yeah, because I summoned Thunder King and he had to go Future Fusion and just not get any his White Stone effects. So that was pretty
That's
good there.
really good actually.
And
That's really good because that just cuts off trade in if he needed to get a level 8.
yeah.
It also cuts off the pluses from Future Fusion. So now Future Fusion is not a plus anything. It's just a card that's on the field waiting to produce a card. Yeah, that's really, really good that it does that too. And it's just kind of sometimes it can
I'm
be
trying to think
hard.
if it came in versus anything else, but I can't think of anything else at
Yeah,
the
like I
moment.
wouldn't side it against like plants or anything like that. I don't think you need it in that matchup.
No.
But do you saw Faustine against plants? Like quick draw or whatever?
Yeah, you can bring in Fossil Diamond.
Yeah, it's
Because if
pretty
they
good.
go like Drill Warrior, you just summon Fossil Diamond.
Yeah, that's funny. And also you could just set it against Titanial.
Yeah, that too.
Because she
Yeah.
can
And
be
it's good
kind of
against
yeah.
it's good against frogs too, but
Yes. Faustine is a very good side deck card. You opted to play 0 copies of Oppression anywhere this time. So your last online tournament, you did side Oppression, and this time you're like, fuck it. I don't need this card. I don't like this card. I'm not gonna side it or main it at all. I'm just gonna go in raw. How did you feel about that? Like, what made you come to that conclusion that you're gonna just opt for no oppression and
Yeah, so usually any Blackwing deck is on oppression,
yep,
but it's really bad against a mirror. So like I kind of just didn't want to main it for that reason. And
yeah,
then like against any other deck, you should be able to beat them. Zombies might be a little sus without oppression, but they're already accounting for oppression. They play like wind blasts and dust tornadoes potentially in the main. So,
yeah,
but I have Book of Moons and Thick of Pulse to compensate for that. And then I had oppression in the side the last tournament, but it didn't really make sense to side oppression because they're already expecting you to play oppression. Like say if you play against like quick draw and you're not main decking oppression, but they expect you to have oppression, and then you're gonna side it in, and then they're just gonna have to stop for you anyway. So it didn't really make too much sense to side deck it, so I decided to
mm.
forgo it. So
This is
get rid of it.
this is interesting logic because I don't know how I feel about the idea that people are going to side in something or expect you to have it, so therefore I won't play it. Because even if you know about oppression, right? Like everyone knows it exists in the format, everyone knows it's one of the most powerful traps or whatever. But a lot of times it doesn't matter. Like all the time, people go special summon Evil Hair Infernal Prodigy or activate Quick Draw or whatever, or summon Lone Fire activate effect or Debris Dragon effect. They don't have a choice. Like it's not like they could have done something differently. It's like you have to play into this card at some point. You can't wait because I'm playing Blackwings and
Yeah,
Blackwings puts on so much pressure. So like I get what you're saying in a sense that your opponent is expecting it and that's sure they're expecting, but I don't really know that matters.
yeah,
Like I expect Blackwings to also at some point collude me, but like I'm not gonna sign anything to stop it. It's like yeah, like I have to attack at some point. I have to attack. So
yeah.
if you
I get
have
what
it,
you're saying,
yeah. So
but I
I like the other reasoning though. I like the reasoning that it's not good in a mirror match because if I play it and you're playing Blackwings as well, like clearly it doesn't affect you that much either. So that makes sense. Like that, I agree with that logic 100%. It's not good against Blackwings. It's also terrible against fairies. Like the regular fairy deck, it's really
yeah.
bad against. Um,
It's
and
not
it's
even that good against the Christius one because it's Lila, Raiko,
yeah,
and
I
your life.
actually I think it's one of those cards that's very wishy-washy. So
Yeah.
against the Christia Sworn deck, I won a game at locals literally because I had oppression set and my hand was so bad. I had like triple collude and oppression and like something else. I forget. It was not a very good hand. First of all, I had a triplicate in it, so that's already annoying. But he started to like pop off with beckoning light, and he got back double JD Christia,
Mm.
and then he like tried to summon a guy, and I just oppressioned, and then he lost it instantly. I was like, damn, that cut off your whole hand. Like I was like, you made your hand, and it just cut off your entire hand. Like it
Yeah.
was. So I don't know.
And
Yeah, it's
another thing is that I listened to your recent podcast
mhm.
where you're talking to your friend Rolly, I
Yep,
think.
yep.
Um, and I kind of draw this comparison as well there. Like people complain about what's the guy that can just end your turn? The I think
Dimension shifter.
shifter. Yeah,
Yep.
shifter. So like shifter is like really good against like bad players,
Yeah.
but like the good players figure out how to deal with it. And I feel like it's kind of similar about oppression too. Like it's really good against the bad players because they're just gonna have like nothing to stop it. But like against the better players, they're usually just you're just gonna get like one mediocre negate out of oppression, and then like it's just not gonna matter for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It's never like oppression just straight up wins you the match, like hands down. It's usually pretty mediocre my testing. So
Okay. Well, yeah, that's interesting. I'm not sure I agree, but I will. You
yeah,
know, I respect that is what you found in your testing. That oppression doesn't outright win games. I've seen the exact opposite where it kind of just can absolutely cripple
yeah,
people. Like I literally had a guy, you know, and this is like a base, like so many plays are just basic, right? Like they just go summon Infernal Prodigy, it's normal summon substitute, activate effect. I'm like, well, sorry, buddy. Here's a nice 2-for-1, but my one is staying on the field. Like it's not even going anywhere. So it's not even a proper 2-for-1. It's like you just lost two
yeah,
cards and my card is still there. But then at the same time, like it could be, and this is what I meant earlier, it was so wishy-washy because in that same matchup, if he just opened Swap Frog, send Treeborn Frog, right? And like passed his turn, and then next turn he brought it back and tributed for a Monarch, oppression is awful right there.
hmm
So it's one of those cards that like sometimes it is ridiculous, but then sometimes it's like so bad. And I totally get cutting it because it's just too wishy-washy.
Yeah, it could be pretty hit or miss. I feel like maybe Skill Drain's a little bit more of a consistent card. Like it's not as bad in some matchups, so it's a little bit more diverse.
I think I agree with that too. I really do, after seeing what it did when I played my last tournament. Like, I only was siding one of it just to test it. And I really, when I flipped it, it really like messed up my opponent. And I just think people aren't really, I mean, maybe they will now, but they weren't really expecting it too much. So it kind of catches people off guard too. Like, people just, they just see you have like a certain setup and they think that like, all right, well, at the very least, my monster effect is going to go through. And when that doesn't happen, it's like, holy shit. Like, summon Debris Dragon, activate effect. And like, well, I'm just going to skill drain that. And you're just looking kind of stupid. So yeah, it's really, really good in Blackwings because the deck plays triple honest basically. And I literally, like I said, I beat Monarchs by just summoning Kalut and setting skill drain. And that was, I had triple Kalut. And I was like, all right, well, I'm hoping to ride out with this. I think it was double Kalut in a Blizzard. But I had double Kalut, Blizzard, Brain Control. So I was like, all right, so the first Monarch he summons, I'm going to skill drain it. Then he's going to attack, obviously. And then I'm going to Kalut. I'll be 2800. I'll kill it. The next turn, I attacked him directly. So I didn't attack him directly turn 1 because he went first. So he took 14. Then he summoned a Monarch on his next turn after the Swap Frog brought back the Tremoran, whatever. He attacked over my Kalut. I went activate Kalut from hand. So he took 400. So he's down. He took 14 and 400. Then he passes because, you know, that deck just passes like that. Attack him again for 14. So now he's taking 28 and 400. And then I think I drew either D-Prison or something like that. He like summons another Monarch and like attacks my guy. And I thought about it for a while because I'm like, I have Brain Control Blizzard. So I literally can just make a level 8 with his guy. And I decided, you know what? I just want his life to be really low. So Brain Control will kill him. So I D-Prisoned the Monarch, attacked him directly again. So now he's taking 3 Kaluts and 400, right? He's getting really low. And then eventually he either draws MST or Heavy Storm or Twister or Dust Tornado, one of the cards to get rid of Skill Drain. He got rid of Skill Drain, and I'm still holding in my hand Blizzard and Brain Control. So when he finally did make a push, I just killed him because it's like, well, I was like, well, at some point you're going to get rid of this, and Brain Control is just going to be Brain Control. It's one of the most ignorant cards in the format. So I really like Skill Drain a lot.
Yeah, another thing about Skill Drain is that unlike Oppression, it's good against the Hamster, Raikou, Caius decks or Floater into Caius, whereas Oppression does nothing against those. Those decks usually give Blackwings a hard time. So
I agree 100%. Hamster is one of
the most, it's good against Orb too.
Hamster is one of the most fearful cards for me when I'm playing Blackwings. Like, I just really hate attacking into that thing because it's literally a +2. It is so ridiculous how broken Hamster is in this format. It's like the best flip effect monster in the game. Literally says +1, and then it goes +1 again when the Raikou flips. Like, that is insane. +2 off of one card. So I never want to see Hamster, and Skill Drain deals with it. And Oppression can't do anything to it unless they stupidly flip it, which pretty much no one does. I feel like on a higher level, people don't really flip their Hamsters into back row.
Yeah.
Unless they like have a Celestia play or something in that specific deck. But regular decks that don't play like Lightsworn Engine, they will just not flip a Hamster because they know Blackwings might be on Oppression and it's not worth it. What else is there? So yeah, Snowman's good. It's good against all the anti-meta nonsense and all the just the weird decks that try to grind you out or like stun you.
It's good against hero decks.
Yep, all the hero decks can't deal with.
Give you a problem sometimes.
They definitely can. I actually lost to one. That was my one loss at locals. I lost.
You just get Gemini Spark, Hero Blast rotation to death, and then you're like, oh well. Whereas Snowman just kind of stops the whole cycle.
Yeah, it can give you turns, and I think that the Blackwing deck is just a better deck overall. So if you just get turns, you're just going to win against all the other engines, and that's pretty much one of the other reasons why I think that Blackwings is like the best deck, because when it gets to draw a lot of cards, it does so much with so little. So having a lot of cards at your disposal is really good for Blackwings. Like, it's so good for this deck. Obviously, Whirlwind being a card as well turns your deck into a gadget deck, but like way better than actual gadgets. And
another reason I wanted to play this build again or similar is because I think that it's better than the hybrid build, so I think it's the best Blackwing deck.
Okay.
Pure.
Yeah, I don't really play Value Turbo ever. So I tried it at the beginning of the format when I played. Well, at the beginning of the format for me last year, like around this time last year is when I started. And Value Turbo, I just don't like setting monsters. I have a really big problem with that. I think setting monsters just makes your deck kind of bad. So any deck that sets monsters, if it does it as like its primary thing, I just can't deal with that. And Value Turbo sets a lot. Like it does a lot of
Yeah, it's
setting.
definitely a really controlling deck.
Yes, it does a lot of setting to set up the Caius and all that stuff. It plays like Sangan, which is always a monster that you pretty much set unless you're in a winning position already. Then you can summon it.
Like people
Obviously,
think the deck is like best when you're going Greffer, summon Armed Wing, attack for 4,000, but I think it's actually best when it's controlling the game with like his flip effects. You got Caius, and you bring
yes,
Armed Wing.
yeah. I don't lose to them when they go. Oh,
Oh,
I don't lose. I
you're
don't
talking
lose.
too long.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't lose to that deck when it does stuff like the very basic stuff. It's always when it does, like you said. Let me get
It
your
just
deck back up here.
snowballs really,
Yes,
really well.
when it like Caius, like Ryko target back row tribute for Caius is where I start to get like, okay, I'm losing now, and then on top of that, the Ryko probably milled something right, and then the damage starts to pile on, and then that deck also plays oppression, and that deck is that's a really good oppression deck because it actually
Yeah.
plays Burrow from a different dimension, so it plays really well under oppression. And it plays Caius, which is insane under oppression. Like that's another thing. Caius is so good in that deck, and then oppression backing it up is like, oh, if even if they have the strongest monster, if I set a hamster here, I'm just gonna get the Caius you next turn, and that's just gonna give me the strongest monster and a lot of damage and all that. But yeah, I'm not a Value Turbo fan. As for the hybrid build of Blackwings, like right now, that is still the most successful build of Blackwings. Obviously, that could change in 2023 as the meta keeps developing. I don't really have an opinion over whether this version that you play is like Pure Blackwings is better than the hybrid. And the only reason I say that is because I have one main concern with Pure Blackwing is that I sometimes end up with these hands that I'm really monster starved. Like I just don't have monsters because you only play 18, and like every build that plays Pure Blackwings is 18 monsters. It's always the same 18. But like some games, it's just really annoying to have a ton of traps and you don't get to actually duel. And I hate that feeling. And then the hybrid build will play 22 usually because it'll add 2 more value and then at least 2 Greffers. So it'll have like 22
Yeah.
monsters. Some of them play 3 Greffers, which I think is overkill. And then some amount of Boras or whatever. But I do like this build because this reminds me of 2011 Yu-Gi-Oh! Just that Heavy Storm is in the format. 2011 Yu-Gi-Oh! For people who don't know, was a format where Heavy Storm was banned. And so the decks became very heavy on back row because there was no punishment for it except High was in that format and only one deck had access to that card. So everybody was just like setting a lot of back row in 2011 and getting away with it for a while. And I really enjoyed that. And this reminds me of that because you do have some protection, like you have Starlight Road and you have Solemn Judgment, of course. But I really do think that this deck reminds me of just that form of Yu-Gi-Oh! Also, I'm glad that I'm not the only person who thinks that Mirror Force fucking sucks. I'm pretty sure I said this in one of my podcast episodes. I ever said it in a Scott Page one or one of the other ones, and maybe the Edison format meta update. I think Mirror Force is trash. Like I really do. I think Mirror Force is only good in like very specific decks that basically decks that make Stardust Dragon really easily, which this deck does not. And that is where Mirror Force is like playable. So like Diva Hero, I think Mirror Force is fine. Because oftentimes that deck will require you to attack 2 things and then you get Mirror Force for doing that. But in every other situation, I'm like, I'd rather just deprison their monster. Like I'd rather deprison a Christia. I'd rather deprison a Monarch. I'd rather deprison like if a Stratos attacks me, I'd rather deprison it, right? Like if an absolute 0 attacks me, I'd rather deprison it. I pretty much every situation I can think of, I'd rather deprison the monster because this format has a lot of graveyard stuff, and sometimes like the decks that play Miracle Fusion, they'll be attacking you with their only monster that is hero or only water or whatever, and the Deep Prison will just do way more than Mirror Force ever could. Also, once people see Mirror Force in your graveyard, they become ravenous animals. They start attacking. They're like, all right, well, Mirror Force is gone, so now I can put everything in attack mode for the rest of the game, and that's annoying too. When they never see it, they always play around it. Same thing with Mirror Force, or the same thing with Heavy Storm. I mean, so I really like the no.
Because they had the same about oppression potentially.
Yeah,
I
like
have people playing around oppression that's not there. It's funny.
yeah, I don't know. So I don't.
I mean, that's a little harder to play.
Yeah,
around,
I was about to say you can't like if your hand is set up a certain way, it's like, well, I have to summon Dark Arm here, or I have to summon Prodigy here to go into Caius. Like there's a lot of hands don't even have the option. Like I have to play Miracle Fusion. I don't know what else. What else am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to summon Diva. I have a Goblin Zombie. I'm summon Diva. Like, what could you have possibly done differently there? Like, you had to do that. It's the best play and oppression. But that we already had our.
I think it's more so like if they go into a synchro play, like do I want to sacrifice both my monsters to make the synchro and then get oppression, then I'm out of there.
But like if you're playing against name a deck, like zombies, I guess. If you're playing against zombies, like if they have a Goblin Zombie, they're gonna go summon Diva. Like if they have Diva, they're gonna summon Diva. Yeah, I don't know. Like they're just
I remember it came up I think once in the tournament where like they were playing really weird and they're like, oh, I thought you had oppression or Icarus attack or something. That's another thing is Icarus attack. Like Icarus, they don't want to commit too much to the field, and then like I think it was against the Blackwing here. He was like he did not want to commit like 2 guys to the field, so he just attacked with 1, and then like he got deep prison and just lost.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. It's
you said like traps are really good this format, and just like making people having like fear or guess something that's there is just.
Yep. I think that is going to be
fool themselves.
Every time people play against Blackwings, though, they're always going to think that oppression is there, regardless of like what build people are playing and stuff. Like, I would never play against Blackwings and see them set back row and say to myself, Blackwings don't play oppression anymore, so that's not oppression. I would never do that. That's personally, I just think that's foolish. I think that you should always like imagine it in your head as a possibility. But again, going back to my original point, really sometimes you just sometimes you can't do anything. Like sometimes it's like, okay, it doesn't make the card like god tier. It just makes it annoying because just like most of Edison format, it's inconsistent. It's just like an inconsistent card. It's like just like the rest of the format. So many decks and so many cards in the format are like, this card is broken.
Oh, this could be a good example. Say you're playing against zombies, they go to make their big play, and they're holding their Wind Blast for the oppression play. Because if you have multiple aggro, they make Brionic or some synchro, and he bottoms it. And they're like, oh, maybe I should have Wind Blast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like if they have Wing Blast and you just have one back row anyway, I would.
Well, I'm saying if it's like multiple, like
if you have multiple back rows, they're fucked. They're fucked regardless. Because I feel like, okay, I go oppression, you go Wing Blast. I can still have bottomless set though. If you think I have multiple, I can have in your deck. I can have Icarus, Compulse, which I love. I play Compulse in my main deck. Like so many other cards can go wrong after oppression gets put on top, because oppression's in this weird window where like the monster isn't even on the field yet.
Yeah.
So you can go solemn oppression, and I'm like, cool, bottomless. You're just sick. But all right, I feel like we could talk about oppression being wishy-washy all day, and all that stuff.
I got one more thing about before we play though.
What's up?
You're talking about Cam didn't have anything to do in his match that you watched, because our team Ring of Destruction, we like all work with each other trying to like make everyone better. So we like watch each other's replays and point out things, and he definitely could have like won game 1. He had
really?
like he went like Rejuve, and then he did. He would Rejuve card destruction, and he drew Magical Stone. He just didn't activate it, so he could have drawn 6 cards. Instead, he's normal summon Drago, and this drew 1 off the Rejuve, which wasn't the play. I don't know, but so I think me and ProStorm watched it, and we think game 1 was winnable. It's also a hard deck to play, but I don't.
I disagree with that part heavy, but yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it's a hard deck to play by any means. I think that the deck is actually very easy to play comparative to like a lot of other decks. But I think that a lot of games, it doesn't matter how good of a player you are, and that's the part that bothers me so much. Like you being a good player with Dragon Turbo, it doesn't really go as far as just being a good player and playing Blackwings. Like Blackwings wins every tournament. It just wins every single tournament basically.
But okay, so obviously like the auto win hands are like the auto win hands.
Yes.
But aside from that, I think there's a lot of decision making that has to go right.
I mean, if you're not gonna super Jew for the max value, then yes, you're gonna lose the game. Like I don't know what the fuck Cam was thinking when he decided that he didn't want to draw 6 on the infinite. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I would have drawn 6. Like is that what you want? Like I would have drawn 6 and not summoned Drago. I guess I don't know. But yeah, I guess if he thought that Drago was just going to be the end of the game somehow or something, I don't remember exactly the situation. But that is weird. People do misplay in general with every single deck.
Oh yeah.
I just don't want to lose. For me, I'm always a player that I hate losing to not playing the game. Like it bothers me so much to just sit there and have my opponent get a free win by they could be playing any deck and as bad as the deck is, and they're just attacking me with monsters, and they especially if people know you're on Dragon Turbo, because like if you're in a tournament, people walk around, they look at you, or if you're online and people just watch your matches, they know I'm just going ape shit against every Dragon Turbo player I ever play. Like, you better have Gores, you better have Trag, because I'm gonna play like an absolute fucking baboon and attack you, because at the end of the day, like if this game goes long, you could explode on me, and I don't want that to happen. I'd rather just take you out the game instantly. But that feels bad too. Like when I tested with my group and they're just summoning monsters blindly and attacking and setting all their back row, they're like, it doesn't matter if you have heavy or not, because if you have heavy and a follow-up, I'm going to lose regardless. So they just set all their back row. They're like, fuck it. There's no point in holding a deep prison or holding it. Because like what difference is going to make, right? Like if Dragon Turbo does its thing, and it goes through its deck and it creates its hand, they're going to have heavy and True Nate, maybe Lightning Vortex, Pot of Avarice, and then a combination of like Debris and a bunch of Red Eyes dragon dudes, and you just lose regardless. So like I think once people get smarter, I think the problem is the community is still very young in the sense that people don't know how to play against all the decks. But I think that the concept of I'm going to lose anyway needs to be more ingrained into people's mind. Like if you're playing in certain matchups, holding your one bottomless in your hand or your one deep prison in your hand that's not going to be the reason why you won that game. I promise you. Like you're not going to win because you held a deep prison in your hand. So I mean,
the deck also isn't widely popular either.
It's not.
So
it's not
a lot of people
popular.
still don't know what they're doing.
Yes, it's not the most popular deck. I played it a lot. When in the beginning of the format, I made my own Machina version of it that I was playing around with. And then when you guys' version came out and it did really well, I was like, oh, maybe I should re-explore this. And then I played it a couple locals, other people played it, and it was just having like the most inconsistent nonsense swingy games where sometimes it's Future Fusion in the nuts, and then sometimes it's double Blue Eyes with like Super Rejuve, White Stone, and the Heavy Storm and stuff like that. And it's like, oh my god,
Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
I wish. I there's a special place in my heart for Dragon Turbo, but I'm so frustrated with it that I don't think I'll ever play it again, and like, especially in a tournament environment.
I think it's more. It's not like something you take to every tournament kind of deck. I think it's more like you look at the meta, and if it's certain matchups or something you think you're going to play against, or people aren't used to playing against the deck, you look at people's sideboards, and they're not siding certain things, and you're like, okay, I can bring this deck for this tournament.
Yeah, because apparently a lot of people were ready for Frogs this event, and Frogs didn't do too well, right?
My teammate Rog, he got like top 12, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, see that's that fake. Like why like who cares? Like nobody cares about top 12. Like
he had some crazy weird list.
Yeah, I think that is cool, right? I think that it's cool that his list is like public and it's like this 50 or 48 card deck and all that. Like that's decent. But at the end of the day, pretty much every Yu-Gi-Oh player is going to be like, all right, well, I only care about the decks that actually like made the playoffs. Like people don't
it's
care.
only like 80 players too, so
yes. So I only want to see the top 8. I'll pass on, and most people don't even really want to. They don't even care about the top 8, to be honest. Most people are just like ignorant as fuck. Like, I'm going to look at the top.
I want to see that 1.
I want to see top 1, top 2, maybe. Like that's pretty much how people are. I this last 2 months have been so excited because of RBET Rulers and seeing the top 8 deck list from that event, and that's where I got like the Christius Warren deck from, and I saw the Legacy Adagarasu won the tournament, and like a couple other interesting decks came out of that tournament. I thought that tournament was like really, really good for the meta of just Edison in general. Like I really like that now I'm seeing fucking Legacy Adagarasu more often. Like when I play on DB, I was like, oh, your back row is that? Like fuck. That's actually so annoying that's just a thing now that I have to expect.
Extermination.
Terrible. Yep.
It's funny because for that tournament, Pro Storm and I, we worked on it together a lot, and we were like, one of us is gonna win this tournament, and he ended up winning. So, and we were like, Blackwing is not gonna win this tournament.
Damn.
So I think if you have like a really good side plan for it, or just really prepared for Blackwings, which you should be, then I think it should something should go right.
Yeah.
Which I still don't think people were prepared for the deck.
I think that because Blackwing is the most represented deck in Edison in every tournament, I think it's always gonna have a chance to just win the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's anything that people can do to prepare enough for Blackwings to stop Blackwings from winning the tournament. Like I think that if everyone in the tournament side of Triple Consecrated Light, it still will not stop Blackwings from taking the most top spots. I don't think it's going to stop Blackwing from winning because Blackwing still has the reason why I love it so much, it has outs to everything just kind of built into its natural engine. And also Deck Devastation Virus is a card.
Which I didn't play.
Did not play. But that card is actually fucking insane.
Yeah, the other builds I topped, like Vayu and then the hybrid Blackwing deck, they played 3 of each.
Yep. I saw that. I mean, people did well. Like, I don't discount like everyone who was in the tournament because the deck that won was different, right? Because that's just kind of silly.
Yeah.
So I looked at every deck. I looked at Gia's. I think Gia's deck is really cool. It's a deck that plays Upstart Goblin. It's very similar to yours because it's pure, so it just plays like the 18 monsters.
Ooh, this looks like a Hydropump hand.
No, you would have had. So you would have had at least a Shora. You know, like
I don't know. Black Whirlwind for Dad is pretty good.
Yes, broken. Am I just getting what's his face? Kalu here?
Yeah.
All right.
You know, this seems like a really basic deck, but there's like a lot of times where I'm like hard thinking, like
me too.
intensely.
Yeah, I think
like people think it's really boring, and then just like it's not that boring.
Because I could have absolutely gotten Gale here, right?
Yeah,
and that would have been fine. Like you couldn't fault me for getting. I have bottomless, so technically no monster would be able to beat over this anyway. I'm also setting this because I'd like to get this set before this because this can deal with established boards.
And that's something I like with my trap and spell lineup is like you can have layers where you don't have to like set everything, you know.
Yes.
You can hold the Book of Moon, you can hold the Compulse, you can hold the Prison, and set like bottomless Dust Tornado.
I think that at one point Hydro didn't even play this card.
Yeah, crazy. It's like as if he forgot.
You probably would have won the last 2 tournaments.
Yeah.
You would have won the last 2.
It definitely made my Blackwing matchup a lot easier. So
yeah. All right, what do we
just having that removal? T-set versus a Bora. Interesting.
Yeah. That's bold. That's basically saying like I don't think your Bora
he doesn't care about his life.
Yeah, that's a hamster if anything, right? Like a fucking hamster. I guess at the end of the day though, no matter what you're that's good.
Oh,
I guess at the end of the day, yeah, it doesn't do anything. I guess at the end of the day, you have to set your monsters at some point. Otherwise, you get rolled over. You just get steamrolled.
Like you're just not gonna set Reiko. Are you not gonna set Trap Dust Shoot?
Yeah.
I mean, you do only have one back row set, so.
I do. And I just drew Icarus. I think he's sick because I don't care. He has to send back Dark Arm, right? I don't know. I mean, he could. Yeah, I was about to say it has to be Dark Arm because Dark Arm is so problematic.
Yeah. Pretty good card.
So what do you do here? He doesn't have Heavy Storm. He would have played it. So I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Did you think about that when I said I'm not afraid?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm giving the think thing. I could summon this and get Gale. I just don't know if I'm going to do anything with it. And then it's awkward if that's a hamster.
Yeah. I think it's attack, probably.
Okay. And then I still have this for follow-up. So if this is a hamster, I'm going to collude it, and then I'll probably summon this.
Yeah.
And then like get a search and all that and just get more advantage. Okay. Show me zombies.
Goblin zombie? Ojama blue? Okay, well.
Ay.
This is kind of like the Reiko hamster problem I was talking about earlier, where it's like these cards are just annoying.
Yes, they are very annoying. Okay.
Kind of just did away with your Whirlwind. I think you summon the Blizzard.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm fine to summon Blizzard here. So it's Whirlwind. I'm gonna search first. Get my 1 copy of value to my hand and get this on the field.
That's like one thing about the hybrid build. Like it makes me ill drawing value. I just can't imagine opening like 2 or more.
Right.
I mean, you do have Greffer, but
yeah, Greffer is really fine. It makes value fine. Obviously, it literally turns it into a 2300 monster, and sometimes people just play really bad. But Greffer has gotten so much worse because of the 1800 monsters in the format and how easy it is to beat over him. There's so many Stratos.
In the tournament, I had my opponent did like turn 1 Greffer, Armed Wing, and then I did some sure attacked over the Greffer, and it was just like, yep, make Android. You can't do anything now.
What would you do here? Would you set anything else, or would you kind of pass like this? Like I could be so rude and just be like, Brio, pitch, bounce your fucking Ryko.
Could. I'm just trying to think. I don't. Is there a world where we make Armed Wing just because we have Vayu? That might be wrong.
I don't like that too much.
Yeah, because you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, and he's like the Ryko's getting. Like,
I think the Brio plays okay.
You like that?
Like, yeah, let's just do it.
Okay, I do like this.
I just don't want to die to. I don't want to die to Ryko. Ryko Caius is just like, oh.
Ryko Caius is good.
And it's like it just makes his set monsters not matter.
Yep.
You could set Icarus attack.
You want to set it?
Yeah, because if he just commits back row, then
yeah. We gotta know he doesn't have Heavy Storm already. At least I think he doesn't, because I would have shotgunned that shit. Yeah, I would have shotgunned it.
Oh, here's the Heavy Storm right here.
Stop. Don't do this to me.
Oh. Okay, here's the Heavy Storm.
Stop. Why are you making my anxieties through the roof? You just keep saying it.
Because Icarus attack isn't going to do anything.
I think I'm going to bottomless that.
Sure.
I am going to bottomless that.
Because he's just going to kill Kalut.
Yes, I don't want him to kill Kalut. I want to put a lot of damage into his face.
Malicious. Interesting.
Yep.
So he's on Ryko and Malicious and Hamster.
Yes.
What are we playing against?
He can't set back row. Yeah, what the fuck is this? Is this my +2 deck? Oh wow, he banished that Malicious quick.
It's like, oops, I drew one.
Okay.
Interesting. Could just attack with Brio.
Could just attack with Brio. That's totally a good play.
Interesting he didn't set the Ryko. Oh,
yeah.
no, he's summoned
Stratos,
that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa.
Oh my, that works too.
Oh, Lord.
I think you just concede. The Dank 17 gonna handle it.
His life points is lower than that, right?
Is this kind of like my finals match? I don't know if you saw that one, but I made Brio like really aggressively in 2 of the games.
I did see that. Yeah. And it just rode out. Like it actually just fucking got there. Like that was.
Yeah, that's fine.
I meant to put Kalut in attack mode, but whatever. I'm planning on getting rid of it real soon. Please set Ryko pass. Okay.
Strong.
Okay, so that was gonna be able to beat me anyway.
Yeah.
All right. How do you want to deal? How you want to deal with this? We got 2 options.
I think we just prison it.
Yeah, because this is rude.
Yeah. He doesn't have a water, and we want him to commit something else before. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Go for it.
Still no hero.
See, that would have been really bad if we Icarus attacked.
All right.
Well, not really bad, but.
Do we Icarus now is the question.
I don't think so.
We don't really have to, right?
Yeah, like, what's his back row going to do?
Oh, God. If only I was playing hybrid and I would get so many searches off of this whirlwind, but I think we just can kill him now.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally would have to have. I'm going to make Goyo so I can Icarus.
Well, you can just make Armed Wing and he loses a bunch. He loses 28 there. Yeah, make Armed Wing. This.
What's the defensive Gilman? Do we know?
0.
It's 0? Oh my God.
Yeah. You can just spin. You don't have the Icarus attack. You can just spin the back row with Brio.
All right, yeah, we're definitely doing this. I mean, this is trash.
And he can't like Gores or anything.
Yes. He's just dead.
Yeah.
He is just dead.
And Brio's just one of those cards that you can't let sit around, you know. Yeah. You have to deal with it.
What's he thinking about? There's no chainable
Water
card
Icarus
in your
attack.
non. Yeah, and like in your non. If he was like spiritual water art, I'd be like, you fucking got me, dog. Like you fucking absolutely got me. All right.
That's why you Book of Mooned it.
Okay. He saw the writing on the wall. All right. We're playing against Absolute Zero. So
Yeah.
what do you side here in this match? I feel like these are probably good.
Yeah, Snowman's pretty nice. Just pop your Absolute Zero.
Mm-hmm. For one is pretty ignorant. He plays Hamster, so this is probably decent.
Yeah.
And he's probably gonna put in Consecrated Light if I know people at my local area in PA, everyone sides Consecrated Light, so never assume. This is also really good against Hamster decks.
Yeah, that's kind of why I have it there. Just like
You like it, right? Yeah, it's good.
Hamster, Raikou, take your guy.
What else do we want to side in this matchup? So Trapstun's trash against this deck. Thunder King's not good against this deck, I would say, because of Hamsters and Miracle Fusion doesn't stop either of them. Sidra, I don't really side in this type of matchup.
Yeah.
Dyna.
It's probably good on the sideboard.
Yeah.
You don't want like super overside. So.
Yeah. So he doesn't. All right. I always side this out when I'm going second, personally. Unless it's a deck that it's good against, which I don't think this is necessarily. Like I keep this in against Monarchs and Dragon Turbo.
You can't dust shit a Miracle Fusion. So.
Right. And that's the best card in his deck. So this doesn't stop that. Okay. I love this card. I love these.
Yeah, the spot removal stuff's really nice.
I don't know if we need double Dust Tornado in this matchup.
Yeah. Probably take those out.
Book of Moon is probably not that good against Diva Hero.
Yeah. You can probably take it out.
Bottomless and Book are like the two weird because they're
Bottomless is at least good against Absolute Zero.
It is, and it's good against Stratos if you catch. I think catching Stratos is also really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Book. Let me see. I'm definitely keeping all three of these. I'm keeping these.
Do another Book if you want.
Yeah, I think it is just Book.
Trading
I was just
books
trying
for skill drains pretty much.
Yeah, I was trying to see if there was like something else, but it's pretty straightforward. A lot of people don't know how to side deck with Blackwings.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people. All right, this is a Hydropump Whirlwind, Shura, Dark Armed.
Again, this time it got better. It got fucking better. Please. Oh, he had a back row. Oh, he got two back row. Oh, no. I'm getting dust shooted again.
Oh, we got Bora. We could throw Bora out there.
Oh, you know I'm throwing Bora out there. I'm not even going to hold you, King. I'm throwing Bora out there all day. All right. Activate.
I'm trying to think of an analogy for Bora. Just like the side hoe, I guess. Just throw him out there. Get rid of him. Okay. Well, okay.
Okay.
Well, we know he has Solemn, so.
We do know he has Solemn. How many cards do we want to set?
Well, I think we just set both of them, I guess. I mean, he's either going to take out our back row or take out Whirlwind, so.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd rather take him out the back row, I guess. I mean, he has Solemn, so he's not going to, like. I doubt he would Heavy Storm.
Yeah. Super awkward. Man.
This is a weird deck.
Our pressure would be so game. So would Skill Drain. Make him Solemn a fucking Skill Drain. Caius, my Whirlwind? That would be a really good play.
He can at least beat over the Hamster.
Yeah.
If he lets it fly.
Yeah, I mean he's not going to. I think my Shura is getting Solemned.
We're gonna rip that MST.
Oh, you want to do him dirty?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do him the dirtiest. I guess he's thinking. I wonder what he's thinking about. Like, if I have Caius, I was about to say, if I have Caius, I'm Caiusing the Whirlwind.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm bottomlessing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an easy play to me, but I guess he was really. I don't even know what he would be afraid of right there.
Let's go.
Ooh, we definitely summon this and just attack.
Yeah, I guess in hindsight, maybe we shouldn't set prison. I guess I don't know. I was more so trying to get him to debate the.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
I mean, you could. I mean, we had to deal with it, so.
It's fine. Everest too?
Whoa.
Okay. Yes.
This is like a. I don't know what this deck is.
I don't know what it is either.
There's a lot going on.
It's like plants, but then it plays Stratos. Because this is all this is
to
an,
make his Miracle Fusion dead.
this is an entire this is like
Spy.
oh my god. How does he fit so many engines? There's so many engines in his deck. Ooh. Well, I didn't come here not to play this.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'll take that.
Hydro, what do you even think about what just happened? Like, what the fuck does that mean?
We could just throw Sure out there.
Yeah, like why would he do that?
Yeah. We could make a Taster if this flies.
We can't make a tester. This is a real vibe.
Oh, never mind.
We're just gonna attack though.
That's a nice intentions.
Yeah. I don't care about Mirror Force.
I'm used to VU not having an effect when it's on my field.
This is a 2-turn clock. 2-turn clock. Oh, this guy is not fun. He's selling my allure. I want to know how often he does that. I want to know, like, I want to watch this guy play like 10 games.
When I see the lure, I'm just soloing it. Okay.
What the fuck? What does that mean?
I guess he's scared of Kalut.
What do I do now? I'm scared now. I feel like I just got
make him play it out.
Like, don't do anything.
Yeah, just make him think we have Kalut. Which, I mean, I don't think you have another prison, but okay.
Caius.
Well,
yeah. All right, that's fine. What's that? Triple Caius? One's there. One's there. One's on the field. Okay, so we actually got triple Caius. That was a pretty decent draw.
Just summon Sirocco prison. Can't Caius this again, so.
He can't Caius us again. Okay. Summon. I'm gonna get fucking MST to be sick. There's no way we can win this game.
Okay.
All right, he's scared of Gale, which makes sense. Yeah, I said I'm going to get MST. Like I knew. God, this is so frustrating. He's playing so bad, by the way. For people who are watching, this is like not how you play against Blackwings. Like you don't just go book a moon as soon as they summon a Sirocco and you have a Caius.
Well, looks like he's having some nice draws though.
Oh, he triple Caius, literally triple Caius. Okay, can I get a Shura off the top since one of these is going to still be here? One of these divas is just going. Why did he activate Diva's effect?
Just chilling.
Shura, get Gale, Black Rose this shit.
Oh.
All right, well.
Something.
We did not come all this way not to not deal 1800 to our opponent who is currently at nothing. 14 left? Come on, King. Yep, you're at 14. One more dark and you're dead.
So blunt. One more dark and you're finished.
I wish I want to type that to him. Did he draw? That was fast.
Yeah, he did.
No warriors.
So, I drew it. Oh, I guess he drew Rico. Alright. Okay. Well, I guess we just set this all.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. If he flips Ryko, he's a madman. Because a shore off the top just will literally
I'm
kill
starting
him.
to think he doesn't even play Miracle Fusion. I don't know. He has Pi Avarice and all this other stuff in here. Yeah. What a madman.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead. Okay.
Alrighty. Well.
All right. That was something. This card's definitely ass.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna be leaning more into the Miracle Fusion.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Um, I want these now. He definitely does play a lot of fucking back row. He just didn't draw them. Game one. I didn't see. I'm kind of like you. I don't know if he actually is on.
We haven't seen it a single time. He has like pot hours and
Yeah, so
a
I'm
bunch
not
of crazy
gonna.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't. He milled a lot. I didn't see a single miracle anywhere. So I'm kind of
Do you
feeling like.
want to?
Go ahead, tell me.
Could take those snowmans out because he just could just put traps on. I guess I don't know. Just like make sure our guys go through.
Yeah, because I guess if he's setting monsters often, which is he sets spy, he sets hamster, he sets
He's
Ryko.
placed. Yeah, like snowman ain't gonna do anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
We need some Mystic Swordsman level 2 in this deck.
Yeah, remember when people used to side? Oh my god, every game, Hydro. You're so lucky,
Hey, you're at the wheel.
Hydro. This is all you.
I don't know. You're in the control.
This is every game. Like every game is wild. I'm getting Blizzard, obviously. For people who don't know, I'm getting Blizzard.
It's getting a little chilly in here.
Do we just go ham and set skill drain? Or do we like hold skill drain for a rainy day? Like
You
how
just go ham.
you said it right? You do said it. Okay.
Yeah.
You tell them you draw heavy or you fucking lose, coward.
One more dark and you're dead.
Tell me he wasn't.
Imagine telling your opponent that. Like you sit down and like you're just playing the match, one more dark and you're dead.
I mean, was I wrong? If I drew a dark, I was gonna crash it into his guy. Yeah, this is annoying.
At least we still have Whirlwind.
Yeah.
We can't get Bottomless.
We can't.
We can go Gale. Oh.
I'm still doing this.
Yeah, we can get Gale. Okay. Well, he has almost no cards.
So I'm just killing that then.
Yeah, just run it over.
Yep.
We're not dealing. We're not dealing with this triple Kai's shenanigans. That was interesting.
Yeah, he has
I feel
no
like you
cards
just
now.
spin the collude.
Yep.
Like, why would you? Okay.
What are we doing here?
We don't have collude engraved, right?
Yeah, I'm not tributing for Sirocco. I don't want to do that.
I was just thinking of what we make with Blizzard.
We could just we don't have to make anything. We could just Blizzard, Whirlwind, get value, have Collude in defense, and then have these two attack. If it's a hamster, I kill the Ryko. And then he just has hamster.
Could have it do Stardust.
Okay. He does play Deep Prison, but that's not terrible. Yeah. I like that. We could do Stardust and not even attack if we wanted.
I guess we still attack.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Like, what's Kaluk gonna do?
Was that my next card?
It was.
All right.
Moment of truth. I bet it's bottomless.
We played him on bottomless last turn, so
he just top decked it.
But you play one Stardust.
Yeah, no fear. I think I had two on my last list. I cut it for an armory arm, which is funny. You may wonder why I put Army Arm in my list.
This guy is lucky as shit. I know it's hard to say anything because we drew Whirlwind every single game, but like if we want to talk about him having the one of every time he needs it, like this guy, any other card besides Deep Prison right there was just GG, no re.
Yeah. I still think Sardis was correct, I think.
I didn't want to attack with it though. I felt I don't know. I be making reads on people somehow. And yeah, well, I'm taking 200. You got me fucked up. You don't have Caius. You did not draw Caius. Yeah, I was about to say you did not fucking draw Caius, pussy. All right, well. What would you summon here?
What's this grave? Is it anything special?
Nope.
Could just run
if I summon value,
there.
I feel like I have to set Icarus attack.
Maybe just let's just summon Sirocco just
Okay.
Big guy beat down.
Okay.
Like make him have it kind of
thing. Yeah, and then I can hold this as a backup play.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that more.
Oh my god, why does he do this every time?
He's just letting us know. It's a lot of life points.
He's literally
just tell him not to worry about the life points.
He's literally just typing. He just like
he's just smashing his keyboard.
Yeah, like he went to his keyboard and he just literally mashed.
He just let loose.
Is that even a right amount that he should be at? He took 18 and he took anything else? Oh, 400 over this when I clued it earlier in the game. So yep, that's correct. That's the correct amount. Okay. I literally have double his cards, and I'm still afraid. All right, well, there's Pot Avarice.
Nice.
Jesus Christ, this guy is so fucking lucky. It's like he's picking his draws. I hate fake Yu-Gi-Oh! This is so fake.
What's he's gonna draw like Prodigy Caius or Alvier.
Do not say that. That is wild. I would probably lose it.
It's like, oh, this is nice. Oh, dude, I wish we had sound for
that. This guy is not real.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, I am tired of playing your game. So it doesn't make sense to pump here. Because if you have Gores or whatever, just be smaller, even though I'm going to Icarus attack it anyway.
This guy gained 8,000 here. These games have been weird, to say the least.
The only thing I really have to say is that his despite the fact that he used all of his cards very poorly and kind of continues to do so, it just doesn't seem to matter because he just draws really well. Okay. Yeah.
Is that Icarus?
Yes, even if he drew Heavy Storm. Even if he draws Heavy Storm, he goes down to 3 cards, and I still have 3 cards. Not really seeing what this accomplishes yet.
Sure. It's gonna be a nice Deep Prison. People may think like Deep Prison's not that good in Blackwings because you always have Clute, but it's just nice to have.
Yep. I know you play Book of Moon.
Nice defense. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
I guess he actually goes quit.
Yeah. I love when people do this though. This kind of like this pleases me more than them like rage quitting, leaving a duel and stuff like that. Like it gets me off more than them clicking admit defeat
because this that countdown.
Yeah, because this means you're mad, and I'm recording anyway, and I have a guest, so it's not like I'm actually, bother. I just kind of get to talk to my guest now. So, that matchup was just annoying. Like his deck is just a rant, and we drew
I
broken
think
all 3 games.
I think we sided. Like we expected one thing, and
That's true. Game 2,
because it looked like it was like on some hero, like Miracle Hero with Raiko's
game
list, and then it just
game
turned into spies, hamsters, and
yes.
Kaias.
Game 2 was wild though. Like he really did draw triple Caius, bottomless, solemn judgment, D-prison, like everything that he could have drawn. Oh, hamster, flip, get Raikou, tribute for Caius, get rid of Whirlwind. Like it was just an unreal game, and we still almost won. If I drew it instead of drawing solemn, if I drew a dark monster, I don't care what it was. I'm like summon, crash, summon dark arm, pop your monster set, pop your colossal fighter, pass, you fucking lose. I draw one more dark, you're dead.
You're dead meat.
You're dead. All right. Hooray!
Nice. We survived.
We did.
The flip flop deck.
Okay, your opponent quit. Love that.
See, we didn't need deck dev or oppression.
You know what though? I will say this: deck dev would have made this matchup so easy.
Yeah,
He would have lost so bad. So that was fun. Thank you so much for doing another episode of 2 matches with me. We will be calling
one
it.
match. We're clipping the one.
Yeah, we will be calling it right there. We'll be calling it here, guys. This was really fun. Hope you enjoyed. I had fun.
First place list, by the way.
First place list, absolutely. Well, you know, we don't need DD Crow.
No.
We don't need DD Crow. We don't need Deck Devi. We don't need, we don't need oppression, because people don't play bullshit decks. People only play real decks. So, none of those cards are needed. That's what I got. Yeah. So this was fun, and we hope to catch you in the next one.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me.
No problem.